Yeah. It's that Kingdom anthem. Right here. From the block to the blockchain. From the graves to the gardens. Feel me? We blessing the trenches. CIK, that's kick, homie. Say it loud. Let's go! From the block to the blockchain, we changing the frame. Millions on chain, nah, we ain't playing no games. Base Christ on the banner, blessings rain on the street. Daily bread for the fam, just for showing up deep. Streak stacking CIK, on my own, hold the line. Spirit getting stronger, feel the power in the rhyme. Christ is king, chanting like crusades in the yard. Soon the whole world know the name. No facade, one encounter away. Watch the dark fade to day. CIK here to save, lead the lost to the way. Curtis got the vision, see the kingdom for miles. Brandon building portals, tech blessed with the style. Eric bring the fire, marking it divine. Pen and pad, creating worlds, Christ in every line. We on base chain, blessing the trenches. Souls break free, jumping out of them fences. Daily bread drops for the soldiers that show. CIK Cohen in the movement gon' grow. Yeah, base chain, blessing the block. Faith in the king, every chain gon' pop. Stand strong, no fear, this the kingdom's reign. Christ is king, we gon' change the game. Firm foundation laid since the start of the earth. Same word that made the stars, gave his people they worth. From the east to the west, they gon' feel the flame. Streets echo CIK, never bow to the game. Faith over fear, watch the chains hit the dirt. Graves in the gardens, we riding to the on-chain summit. Spirit got us lift, Holy Ghost make hits. Forrest Frank running, turning pain into praise. Tell the world how we done it, see the prophets in the cold. Vision sealed in the block, every legend like a letter to the saints. On the rock, base chain rise, like the trumpets in Zion. Christ is king forever, every knee bow in time. From the struggle to shine, from the dirt to the crown. We lift his name high, never laying it down. We on base chain, blessing the trenches. Souls break free, jumping out of them fences. Daily bread drop for the soldiers that show. CIK Cohen and the movement gon' grow. Base chain, blessing the block. Faith in the king, every chain gon' pop. Stand strong, no fear, this the kingdom's reign. Christ is king, we gon' change the game.
What up, you guys? It's your boy E, KingdomWarrior.eth. What's up? We got man, I got some on-chain base heads in the building. Come on, Mike J. You guys retweet this space. We're gonna have an amazing stream today talking about crypto, dream streams, the future of streaming, all the different things happening out in the world. It's an amazing day here. I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth. Shout out to Texas. Texas, man. Texas is doing some amazing stuff on the blockchain. It's crazy to see like states. I think Texas actually building a Bitcoin reserve. Man, the future is here, you guys. We're building it, from streaming to internet capital markets to mobilizing armies to mobilizing people to build the future now. It's the time. We're not going to wait for other people to build the banks, to build our financial systems. We're taking authority, we're taking charge on chain. Everything's on chain. So anyways, retweet this, tag some people, and we're gonna have some fun. So anyways, also I think we may be doing some type of giveaway. So yeah, so retweet this, tag some people. In the next 24 48 hours we're probably going to give some kick away. So anyways, without further ado, I got my man. We're at On-Chain Summit. Jesse was there. Kick got to co-sponsor the event, along with Constellation. Shout out to Constellation, some of our other friends. It was a beautiful event. There was amazing partners and booths, and all the builders, the developers were there. And we were talking about the base app. How do we build these mini apps? We were developing our own mini app, which we still haven't deployed yet because we want to make it super amazing when we do deploy our mini app, but dreaming about a lot of big things, and how we can serve you guys, onboard people, bless the trenches, get people kicking their hands, get people useful tools on the blockchain. And anyways, during that time I met Mo, and Mo's been a base builder. Mo is actually even followed by base. He's been in crypto for a long time. He's done things like Kick streaming and been a streamer and content creator and influencer and just really making waves and showing up on base doing amazing things. And so man, since then Mo has become a fast friend and just building with us with Kick, thinking about how we can spread Kick out around the world. And so yeah, Mo is amazing. So you guys give it up for Mo and in the chat, give it up for Mo Air. What's good, Mo?
What's up, Eric? How we doing?
Dude,
Very
doing
excited to
good.
be here. Very excited to be here. I was actually super excited when you hit me up for the stream because I was like, bro, I've been waiting for something like this because I actually also just started streaming on Retake um like a week ago or something.
Um,
Yeah. Who actually helped me get back into it was Bill. Me and Bill had like
your Bill's the
uh,
go of streaming.
he's a legend. Yeah, me and him had a pretty dope conversation at On Chain Summit. It was like the last night that we were there, and he just came up to me. He's like, "Mo, like you're awesome. Like you should start streaming too and everything." And then I don't know, it just brought back the inspiration for me to start streaming again. So yeah, like I love it. I appreciate you guys for bringing me on to the CIK team. I actually just got this in the mail today. It's feeling good. It's feeling fresh. Yeah, I'm excited and happy to be here.
Come on, loving the hoodie. We got the Kick hoodie with the crown, looking like royalty. Man, so talk about Mo. For you've been in the crypto space. How long have you been in crypto?
For about a year and like 3 months, 4 months now.
Oh wow. So what before that? What was tell us a little bit about your hero's journey. What was it? What was it like before getting in the crypto space?
So before I got into the crypto space, so we could start from me being in college, right? I went to college for business management. I went there for a full ride for track and field. I did the long jump, triple jump, and like short distance, so like the 100 and 200 meter. After that, I actually became a project manager for construction. I worked there for like maybe like 6 months to like 8 months or something. But I don't know, like there was just a day that came where I was just like, this is not meant for me, like the whole 9 to 5, me having a boss, him screaming at me for some random bullshit all the time. And it was one morning where me and someone else actually um changed shifts and we talked about it. I told my boss about it. Guess he didn't remember. Called me at like 5 in the morning, like screaming. He's like, "Mo, like where you at? Like you're supposed to be here. This is happening. That's happening." And mind you, like I was in the like I had to travel to the city every day, right? So I'm like 30, 40 minutes from the city, and I don't know, I just didn't like that. So while I was in the phone call, I looked at my phone. I visually remember this. I looked at my phone and I was like, yeah, I'm quitting. I'm never coming back. Hung up, never looked back again. And after um that is when I kind of got into streaming and content creating. I did that for about 4 to 5 years. I streamed on Twitch, was a partner there, then streamed on Kick, was a partner there within like the first 2 weeks or something. And and yeah, like I was doing really well. I think I averaged over like 150 to like 200 people while I was on Kick. Um, I was gaming Call of Duty. I was doing IRL streams, kind of like going to the gym, doing streams while I was going to the gym. I would like react to videos and a lot of other things. So I was kind of not just like a one niche streamer. I kind of did everything. Um, and I don't know, it kind of came to a point where everything kind of plateaued, and where I live is very expensive. So I didn't really want to live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And one day my boy just came to me and he was like, "Yo, like, um, try crypto." I think I had like my last $1,000 in my bank or something. And I was like, "Well, I got nothing to lose right now." Right? I feel like I've always been the person to kind of walk the tightrope, live on the edge, always taking risks, high risks. And and yeah, like so I got into it and it was definitely the best decision that I've ever made. I've met great people like you. I used to run like another project last year with a couple other people. They're like lifelong friends with me now. And yeah, man, like like I said, it's definitely the greatest decision that I've ever made, and it's one thing that I'll never look back at it.
Man, and so what did that look like when you got in crypto? Like was it, like making, you know, making I guess yeah, making money and stuff, like paying bills. What did that first look like when you first got in crypto? Like how to make ends meet and stuff.
So my friend that got me into it, he was also a streamer. His name was Taco Sauce. That was his streamer name. But he kind of like showed me the ways of the trenches, you know. We didn't start on base, we started on Solana. So I think it was my the first 3 coins that I got into, I got instantly rugged. Like
Yeah.
instantly, you know?
Would you say you almost have to get rugged to actually
You
be
have
a
to.
part of crypto?
You have to,
Like if you
yeah.
haven't been rugged, you haven't really been in crypto.
100%. So me getting instantly rugged, I'm like, yo, what the fuck did this guy just put me onto? Like my $1,000 just turned into like 300, you know? And then it was like my last 300 bucks. I put it in, I don't even remember what coin it was. I put in the coin, my 300 turned into like 7K or something. And that's kind of where my journey began. And after that, I also got rugged like a couple other times, and I was like, "Yo, is there like anywhere else to trade? Like, is this the only place to trade?" And he was like, "No, like I just heard the base because of Brett. Brett's been huge for a really long time, and yeah, so we came here because of Brett and this one other coin called Roost. I remember Roost was like pretty huge when they came because it was very hyped, or at least like overhyped, where they put their project in the city and like Times Square, like on the screens and everything. And to me, when I seen that, it was bullish, right? So I came onto base. I did pretty well on that one Roost coin, and then back then the project that I made a pretty decent amount on was a project called Floppa. It's like that scary looking cat or something, but yeah, and ever since then, I got into mini coins on base, realized that it wasn't the same as Solana, whereas in like when you join the TG, there's people always in the VC, there's people talking in the VC. Um, they invite you over to like their X spaces. I found Secret Base, which is where I found Shush. I think I joined Secret Base within like the first 100 people. So
Oh
like
wow.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like an OG in Secret Base. And yeah, that's where I found Shush and many other friends that I speak to basically every day now, you know? So yeah, like Solana is great, but base has been like the best journey in my life. And last year I got involved in a project called Base USA where we ran it up from like 250K to like 13 million. And that's actually the project I went for On Chain Summit last year.
Mm,
And that's where I first met Shush. And back then, Shush was a part of a project called MAGA, you know, like Make America Great Again.
mm.
And that's where I first met him face to face. But I've always known him, you know, I know him by his voice, basically. And I remember I got there early, and I guess he was there early with the MAGA team also, and we're all standing there to like check in. I'm on the phone with someone, and I think he just picked up the phone and he started talking to someone. And I looked back and I was like, shush. And he looked at me and he was like, Mo. And then we just like gave each other a hug because, you know, it's like we've known each other for so long. It feels like we knew each other IRL even before we met.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it was just like a great experience, and we just like hugged it out and we were like, bro, like let's do this. Let's have fun. And you
Yeah.
know, when we went to On Chain Summit this year, I had my doubts to see if it was going to be better than last year,
Mhm.
but oh man, like it was amazing. I got to meet some great projects, some new people. There was a lot of new people here this year, And obviously I got to meet you guys, even though we have spoke um before on Chain Summit. You know, I spoke to Curtis before on Chain Summit when you guys came out to New York, but then like the communication got messed up and everything. They were like super busy when they came here. So I was supposed to meet up with them then, but I didn't get to meet up. So I was super happy to meet you guys um at San Francisco.
Man, that's dope. So we got about 130 something people. Let us know in the comments. Do you guys trade mainly on Solana, Base, Ethereum? Let us know where you guys are trading. I like to know what chains you guys are on. But it's amazing the blockchain and how the blockchain and crypto communities are bringing people together from around the world. Like we're on the stream, in Texas, New York. We're all out in San Francisco together in California. Our team just got back from LA. They were at the Dream Center with Tony Robbins. Kick as a community sewed in, and we got like an icon award for helping the homeless through Dream Center. And it's just amazing how like we can actually, collectively do things to really impact culture, impact communities. To talk about, I mean, just like for people that are maybe new or people watching, talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of crypto. Like, where do you see the good in crypto where you're like, man, and then also where do you see the problems in crypto where you're like, man, if we could solve some of these problems in crypto, this would be really good if we could actually make this better.
All
Some of
right.
the problems in just like the realm of crypto and Telegram and everyone just chasing coins and stuff.
All right. So the good in crypto is that even though it's supposed to be very secretive, people don't really like showing each other and all that stuff. Even though like one of the people that I'm probably the most closest with in crypto, he lives in New York just like me. I met him through like one of the other projects, and he never doxed to me. He never told me who he was. I knew him by his name, right? Except this one event that I went to like a couple months ago where he actually came to in New York City. It was like it was like an NFT. It was like an NFT
NYC.
event. No, it wasn't an NFT NYC. It was something
Oh,
else.
okay, got it.
And yeah, he's someone that's helped me a lot through crypto. Um when I was kind of like in my dark times, he's always just like he's always been there to like kind of inspire me and push me because crypto is hard for a lot of people that are new. It takes very tough skin for you to make it here, especially when you get into like a certain amount of coins because you think you trust people, and you don't just get rugged by random people, you get rugged by people that you think you trust, you know?
Yeah.
So, the one thing that I would say is always give people a chance. Um, never assume right away that someone's good or someone's bad, but, um, after they show you that they're fucked up after the first time, don't give them another chance because they'll do it over and over and over again, you know? There was someone that I was like super close to that we all got in a project and it was like a pre-sale, you know? We were like, all right, like we're all gonna send it to this wallet. And he ran away with like 20 something K.
Dang.
And it was all like close friends that kind of sent it to him. So like
So he screwed all his friends in
all his
crypto.
boys up for like 20 bands. You know what I
Dang.
mean? So, and this was someone that was like trusted in the space, and the second he took the 20K, he left and never came back. He deleted his TG account. He deleted his X. Who God knows if he made another account and he's back. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I feel like that's one of the bad things about crypto. And another
Especially because
thing,
they don't have their names, so because some of these people, I mean, most of these people
no,
don't have
yeah,
their name is like whatever random letters
yeah.
name. So it's like sometimes their voice or their whatever, but like a lot of these people, like even though you're friends with them for a year or whatever, you don't actually know who they are, or their address, or where they live,
At
or
all. At
like
all. Yeah.
there's no recourse if they just take $1,000 from 20 of their friends, and then so that's like that I mean that is kind of like like one of the problems that people are afraid of crypto. So like so what is the solution for that? Like I see like they have like KOL scan or some of these softwares that are now like tracking KOLs and how many pump and dumps they promote or how many so I know that there's some of the technology that's kind of coming out to try to track different KOLs or different like people who promote stuff to basically give them ratings and stuff. I don't know, like Lyft and
Yeah.
Uber, like an Uber driver, hey,
They
like
have like
this
a
guy,
5-star. Yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
the thing is, like, this person wasn't even a KOL or anything like that. He was
Oh,
kind
look
of
who we
just
got, Mo.
like,
We got Curtis in the building.
oh, he's in here.
Yo,
We got New York in the house. New York.
what up, guys?
We were just talking about the concrete jungle where dreams are made of crypto.
Yeah.
I love that. What's up, brother? How we doing?
What up, Mo? What's
I'm
good?
doing great. I'm doing great. We just over here talking about some goods and bads about crypto and people should look out for. If they're new here, don't click on random links because they will drain you.
I've heard that. I've heard that it's no good.
Yeah, so we're just chopping it up about crypto and just like Mo's crypto journey and giving some good tips for people and like almost like solutions. We're seeing with Mo like what kind of solutions would he like to see in crypto, because at the end of the day it's like I think we're at a point where crypto's seen that whole I came through the NFT side of crypto where it was the art, the culture, the utility. There were basically these these tickets to these events in New York, these events in LA. So you were like had 10 there was like 2,000 people that had these tickets to ticket gated parties or communities or Telegram or whatever. At the time it was Discord, but it was like, and then the art and stuff, and so it was you got to actually connect. If you had the cool right NFTs, you got to connect with some high caliber people. Like I met people in DoD, people that were like working like high level in the government, that they just liked crypto because like they couldn't really talk about who they were, their job, but they could like be in that space and talk to like other tech people. Or so it's like I met some really smart people in crypto even back then. And then I mean now there's just so much solutions that are possible with where we're at now. And so Mo, what are you seeing as far as solutions you're excited about? I know there's the streaming, there's the potential for streaming. Talk about what you're seeing with streaming, and I feel like everyone's trying to create, the Web3 of music, the Web3 of Spotify, the Web3 of Netflix, like, but it's just, but when you look at these things like Spotify, Netflix, there's such big flywheels to get those things off the ground. Whereas the Web3 versions, they have like $1 million in capital and they're trying to like build it off $1 million. Whereas Spotify had to get built off 100 million of capital. So it's what are you seeing, Mo? And Curtis, would love your thoughts on just as we're kind of integrating this. Obviously, decentralization is better for the consumer because they're not just a user; they actually have ownership in the ecosystem of each of those ecosystems.
Curtis, you want to go first?
No, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I think it's actually pretty awesome that people are making like a Web3 Netflix, Spotify streaming and all that things, right? Because if you look at it right now, right? The one on base isn't doing too well. Like retake, it's kind of up and down. But if you look at Pump Fund, it's becoming to be one of the biggest platforms when it comes to streaming. A lot of people are, some of them are streaming some awesome stuff. Some of them are streaming bullshit, but both of them are making a lot of money. I actually been trading on Solana again a good amount recently, and I got into this one coin called GoPro Cat. It was a cat that had a GoPro on it 24/7. Bro, I watched it go from 70K to 3 mil overnight. You know what I mean? And God bless the cat and the person that made that coin, because from that I'm pretty sure they made over like 20, 30, 40K
It
or
was a real
something.
cat? It wasn't like Google VO?
No, it was a real cat. And
Yeah.
like
Oh, wow.
and like the guy had like 6 other cats in the house. So like, you know, like they would eat like breakfast together. Like he would let it go outside and it would like bully other cats or something. It was so like simple, but it was something that people liked, and they ran it up to like 3 million, you know. And I don't know if you heard, but there was like a grandma or something that was like 90 something years old that rugged people when it went to like 10 million or something. Like, bro, like I don't know. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but like it's catching even web 2 people's eyes, you know. I feel like I've seen a lot of new people that just
You
go
ever see the
live.
people in the wheelchair? Like they're like, I'm about to die, I'm about to have cancer. There was like a story of the guy that like in a wheelchair, he's about to have like cancer. He's like, I'm about to die. Like you
And he
like
rugged
pump this
them.
coin. And they
And he
pumped
rugged
it.
them. Yeah,
He
they
rugged
pumped it and he
for it.
rugged it. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Bro,
like
like
but that's I would say that's the only problem with the because Curtis, I don't know, like with Pump and stuff, they're starting to make it like where there's better creator rewards or streamer rewards. But what's happening is you always still have to be like so edgy and so stuff. So these dudes, like there's this coin called like Bagworks or Bagwork or whatever, and basically work for your bags is the idea. But these two kids, they're like 18, 19, they're like three kids, they're like running on the field of like baseball games and streaming it on Pump Fun and like getting like tackled by the, you know, whatever, like whatever the baseball team is, security. And then they're like getting like Bradley Martin, like the influencer, they're like going to where Bradley Martin works out and like taking his hat like they did with Floyd Mayweather, and then he slaps him, you know. So like they're just basically, it's like Steve-O, you know, like Jackass, like it's like
Yeah.
Steve-O and stuff for like Pump Fun where you have to do the craziest. So the problem with that is like one of my shout out to Clemente. Someone tag Clemente. He's one of my favorite content creators. He doesn't have a coin, but Clemente, he made a thing of it, and he's like people on streamers on Pump Fun, and it's like, hey, buy my. He's like, they're like holding their laptop up. They're like, hey man, pump this coin to 1 million, or I'm jumping off the cliff. I'm jumping off the thing.
yeah.
Pump it to 1 million, or I'm jumping off. And he's like buy my coin, or I'm gonna do this. He's like, so it's basically you're just like trying to get, you know, people to buy your coin, or else you're gonna do something crazy or something. Like, and it's just
Yeah.
it's that culture. It's not sustainable because it's just one, you always have to do more grotesque, more like crazy stuff. And so any Curtis, what are your thoughts on that? Like the solution is still pay creators, but not have them competing to do stupid things.
I think everything's like in the infancy stage. I mean, you're seeing things happen right now that couldn't have happened, you know, a few years back. You nailed it. It's like, could you imagine if Steve-O and Bam Margera and the dudes from Jackass were able to get paid like in real time, live, with people commenting on MTV? It would have been like, I look at young kids now, I'm a little bit older, and I'm like I'm looking right now on like live feed of Pump on Pump Fun. I'm like, this is stupid. This is stupid.
Mhm.
It's all stupid.
It's
Don't get
stupid.
me wrong. Yeah.
But
It
I-
works.
But I would have totally been bought in to Jackass if I could have sat there with my laptop and been paying Steve-O to like swallow goldfish. I would have been all about that life. I have to like be like, okay, this is the newer version of that. Is it healthy? No. Is it true value? No. But it's still value to some people. So what we need to do as people that are builders and innovators is like, okay, the platforms are there, the structure is there. How do we take this to the next level? Like, how do we bring this to real content creators that are doing more than like pretending not to jump off a cliff, or like, you know, whatever it is, like putting an IV of alcohol in their arm like Steve-O did and walking around butt naked around LA. Like, how do we move past that and bring a little bit more value to society? But here's the thing, all things start there, and people are going to look back at Pump Fun. They're going to look back at the live feed. And right now, this is how tech always works. They're going to be like, it's stupid and it's meaningless. They said that about every iteration. They said it about the internet. They said you could pick something, and a group of people said it was stupid and it was never going to work. So it's not that I agree it's stupid, but it will work. It's just catching on. And then with base, it's about gaining a larger ecosystem. And so I think base will take longer because it has of all the degens, it's a little bit more less degenerate. That's what it is.
100%. And honestly, like it's nowhere close when it comes to like Solana degenerate. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying? Because um, like right now, like the only platform to stream on base is retake, right? There's not one person that's doing anything that's like Solana, where they're like, "Oh, buy my coin, I'll do this," or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I think Pump Fun did a really good job, like promoting the streaming, especially with the Bagworks guys, right? They flew them out to Vegas for like the Canelo fight. Elon did, and he did like so many other things. Like their coin went up to over like 40 something million, right?
whoa.
Yeah, so he turned them, him involving himself like solely with that coin and helping them like do certain things and go to like certain events made the coin pump even harder. The three kids they actually quit their jobs to start streaming on Pump Fun, and their banner was them streaking in the baseball field and getting tackled and getting slapped in the face. Like I don't know, it was just like something that people
Here-
would always want to tune in and watch too, you know?
Here's where I think it could like bring a little bit of value. I feel like, you know, the old times are done. Like, unfortunately, boxing will never be Mike Tyson. It's going to be, you know, unfortunately, Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul. Like, it's these,
Yeah.
it's like everything's this big act and suspense thing, and you know deep down it's a little cheesy and it's kind of made up, but that's life now. So, like, where I could see value is like, could you imagine going to the next fight that's in Saudi Arabia, you know, XYZ versus XYZ, Jake Paul, but you're putting bets on in real time. So there's a market cap on the fight, and you're actually betting on this, and those organizations could have a token, and what comes of that is like that money goes to something positive. You would start to pull normies into something like that. Then it would start to make sense for people. But just to see a group of kids streaking naked and getting bags and then people trading off that, it just doesn't land well on society. Like your average
100%. 100%.
there's
Curtis,
no, yeah.
yeah, with what you're saying, I was seeing like kind of like what we're even talking about doing more just on chain like giving and stuff, and like what you guys just did with the Dream Center, giving to the Dream Center, which obviously right now we're doing it manually and like, you know, sending checks or whatever, wire transfers or whatever. But it's like as we're giving more giving on chain in the future, like you said, if there was some boxing match, like say people like you said, people are always gonna box, they're always still gonna do sports or football. Like, you know, I used to like kind of get in the thing like, I don't know, there's that philosophy, give them, you know, gladiator and they'll fall asleep, the people fall asleep. And maybe that's probably true. It's been around thousands of years. Like, give us entertainment and we'll like not care about real deep things. Anyways, so but there's people are still gonna always watch football or whatever. But what if there was like on football, like let's say people are gonna bet anyways, like it would be cool if there was somewhere where you can say bet on the Cowboys or on a boxing match, but then half of the proceeds are going towards impact that you know is actually going towards charity or something, or all of it. Like, hey, like I'm gonna bet just for fun, but if when I don't know, something like whether it's fees or some of it is gonna actually go towards something charitable
Let
where
the
you can
defense
track it.
make money off the pump and let the fees impact something. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like everybody gets a piece of the pie, right? Everybody wins in that scenario. The degens get to get their little bags. People get to have fun. The gamblers who are, let's be honest, it's like everybody in this ecosystem, they're mild gamblers. Like
Yeah,
that's
They're
really
they're lying if they say they're not.
lying.
They're lying.
exactly.
You're lying if you're telling me you're not.
Yeah, stockbrokers, it's the same thing. Like my boys that are all hedge fund manager, I'm like, you guys are gamblers. You
They're
just
just a lot more into, what do they call it? Smart money. They're like, no, you guys are dumb money. We're smart money. We have
smart.
the CIA. We know what's gonna happen with the CIA 7 days in advance, so we short that oil. You know, so they're just a little bit more advanced. You know,
That's it. That's it. They figured the game out a little bit better than your average bear. But I mean, this is what's I think shaking the financial world is like this whole meme coin space that was mocked. It's like if you talk to Gen Z, or younger, this is their world. This is the financial markets. This is stocks.
Yeah.
They don't give a flip about your blue chip. They don't give a flip about Apple and Microsoft. They don't care about the big boys that they're never going to make a ton of money off anyways. So the world has changed, and you can mock it all you want. But if you ask somebody in Gen Z, hey, do you day trade? And what do you trade? They're like, cats and poop. And you're like, what?
No, for real.
It's true.
And the ones that are good at it make a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yeah,
so like what are you really gonna tell them, right?
No.
You can't tell them shit. Yeah, like there is insider trading when it comes to like the hedge funds and shorting stuff and longing stuff, but it's the same thing with crypto if you're connected, right?
It's the thing. It's all the same thing, guys. And that's what people need to realize. But like, it is unwise to not take this group of people seriously and to think that because there's a corny cartoon picture on it, that it's not the same freaking difference, and that they're not using the same strategies, and they're not just as intelligent, and they're not just like, it's just foolish and naive to be honest. And I am from an older generation. Like, I'm like a zennial. I'm like an OG millennial. I don't even like with millennials. Like, you know, the softer ones that got trophies for everything. That ain't me. You know what I mean?
Good.
But I get it. I get Gen Z. I get that this is their work. Like, here's what I feel like meme coins are. It's Gen Z went, this is our thing. We created it. We started it. And now this is how we're making money. Y'all can join us, but this isn't really for you. And we don't care if you get it. They don't. That's what it is.
They don't at all.
And if a whole generation will not do a 401k, like even I'm a millennial, 34, I won't do a 401k. Like, I'll put money in some real estate, Bitcoin, meme coins, but like I'm like, I have this thing where I'm like, my parents are 401k, I don't want a 401k. Like, that was like the 9 to 5 way.
You want to put some money in a CD and earn 2% for the rest.
Yeah, like I did that once actually, and I was like, just to test it, just to see. Like, I logged. I think it was when the army gave me like a $10,000 bonus for jumping out of airplanes or something. I like put like $5,000 in the CD, and I was like, this is the most retarded thing. I started with $5,000, put in a CD for like a year or two. I got like $5,200. Like, bro, you gave me 200. I could have put that on Bitcoin back then, and I would have been a millionaire. Like, why did I trust the bank?
You can't tell them nothing, because what is Bitcoin up 33,000% or something nuts like that? And even gold, which outperforms everything. When you look at gold versus Bitcoin, how are you going to tell these crypto bros anything? Y'all were wrong. They were right.
Yeah.
That's
and the thing now is like all of society is kind of adapting to it.
Yes.
You know, it's right now it's kind of like a mass adoption.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I haven't been in crypto for that long. You know, it's only been like a little bit over a year.
Yeah.
But I'm really good at like seeing patterns and studying patterns and things like that. And I think this cycle, the pattern's going to be different, right? With so many like states adapting to like the Federal Reserve, the Bitcoin Federal Reserve. I think the bull run is going to be a little bit longer, and I think the bear run, the bear market's going to be a little bit shorter. You know what I mean? I think that institutions are getting heavily involved right now, and yeah, like so all the people that are thinking like the pump that Ethereum had to almost 5K was like the top. I don't believe that we're close to the top at all. I personally, I haven't even felt euphoria. You know what I'm saying? And I know how that slightly feels from the run that we had last year when I made some pretty good money. So
was it right before Trump got in? So I was doing really good right before Trump inauguration. I was crushing it.
It was like
Curtis knows. That's when I got with Curtis. Right at the inauguration, right afterward, I got with Curtis. I'm like,
is that when you took over Beans?
Yeah, that was like when I was doing Beans. I was even doing some political ones. Like, there was some like pretty good funded political ones that all of them got killed because obviously Trump launched his own. So it's like, we're not going to go to this political coin when Trump has his own coin. That you can't get a more political coin than Trump.
Than Trump's, exactly.
For 4 years, you know. It's like But no, I got killed after Trump. And then what's weird is Melania launched, and Melania killed Trump's market cap in half. So Trump's market cap was like billions and billions, and his even dropped like 40% when Melania launched. And it's like it's like Trump didn't even care. But I think they had it locked into where it, like their money they made was like, I don't know, like later. Like they had like they couldn't even get theirs for I don't know how many years or something. So
It was
I guess
like
they weren't.
locked supposedly,
Yeah.
but come on, like we all know we all know how many wallets someone could have. Like, yeah, like this might be locked, but like,
It's so interesting when you know behind the scenes. Now that
Yeah.
I thought I knew the space, and then when you actually launch like your own token, you realize like how it actually works and what a lot of things mean when people say it. And some of it has been like crushing, to be honest. Like sometimes when you see behind the Wizard of Oz, like when you see what's really behind the curtain, you're like, oh no, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And I think that's why Crisis King has pivoted so fast from away from like, as people are like, your market cap's not moving, nothing's happening. It's for a reason, because we're not focused on pumping the chart at the moment. We realized I saw behind the curtain. I'm wise enough and smart enough to be like, okay, a lot of this is vapor. It's time for us to unleash what was the original plan, anyways, and to onboard these Christians, which will, I mean, what it will do to our market cap here's the thing, it'll add actual value. And that's what everybody's seeking after. Low key, everybody's seeking after that. They just don't know how to do it. They don't know how to grasp that piece. And I think Crisis King is unique in that. We just have a demographic that most people don't have. So, but yeah, it's been a little bit challenging to see the truth behind what a meme coin is, just what crypto is. But
Yeah.
it's also like, I feel like we're like the Wild West pioneers. Your average person doesn't get to experience anything that we experience, know what we know. So it's been a cool ride. But listen, I wanted to jump on with you boys because I want to say hi. I actually do have to jump off onto something else. But I love you both and appreciate you, Mo. Crisis King,
see the
baby.
swag? You see the
Crisis
swag? You
King.
just got it, baby.
Swag, baby.
Come on, you know I had to rock that today, baby.
In Times Square filming something. We got to do something cool.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm probably gonna head over to the city probably in like a week or a week and a half, and I'll make sure I'll get some footage when I'm out there.
All right,
Sweet.
let us know. I'll see
Thanks,
you guys in a
Curtis.
bit.
Got
All
you,
right.
baby. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
So
Bye.
Mo, just talking like what Curtis is saying, like just building real things, what is your encouragement to the listeners about, just being in, crypto, even a lot of, a lot of people in crypto, obviously they just, trading, buying some kick, buying, Solana, ETH, Bitcoin, whatever, and just getting in the space. What's your encouragement and final thoughts, even for builders who are like, look, we want to build something tangible and real that actually provides value.
Yeah. This is what I like strongly believe. It doesn't really matter if you're building something with utility, if you're building a meme coin, if you're building something with the movement, kind of like CIK, as long as you have the right people behind you, as long as you have the right people supporting you, and you do it right, in a way where you're okay with running a project for months or years with you're grinding and you're not getting that recognition that you're supposed to yet, but if you keep grinding and if you keep pushing, like you're gonna get there, you know and yeah, like I've been a part of a lot of launches, you know I've been a part I'm like, I get people that hit me up for a new launch like every 2 days, every 3 days. They're like, "Oh, Mo, like, can you call it in your channel?" Because I have like a TG channel. They're like, "Mo, can you call in your channel? I'll give you 1 to 2%." And do I say yes to some of them? Yes, but I like to also do research, not even just like the project, but like the people that are launching it, right? Like if I trust someone and I know that they're not using my call to kind of like pump it and then dump it, but they're gonna push at least for you know, like at least for like a couple months or like a couple weeks or whatever, or if they have a good reputation where they've ran other projects over like millions, you know, like I'm always down to help out. Um, but there has been a couple times where I get hit up to call a coin. I give them a chance. They rug it within like the first hour, and you know, like people come at me and they're like, oh, like why did you call something that's a rug? I'm like, have you never gotten in a rug by accident and lost money? You know what I'm saying? So there are goods and bad things about being a KOL sometimes, because I feel like sometimes people don't understand that we are humans too. I'm not a robot. I'm not gonna be right 100% of the time. I'm not Chat GPT. You know what I'm saying? So so yeah, like I don't know. I feel like especially on base, if you're trying to launch on base, just be okay with you guys having to build for a long time. You know, just be okay with letting time do its thing while you guys step out of that comfort zone, while you guys step out of that box that you guys are usually okay with, and do those things, you know? Um so yeah, like I feel like there's two different things when it comes to this. When it comes to um launching whatever on Solana, you know it's gonna probably pump, right? You know it's gonna pump, and as fast as it pumps, it's gonna dump. On base, I think that builders, streamers, community members, degenerates, everybody has their chance, and we're a part of something that's huge, but we're also a part of something that's very new. So you need to have patience, and if you're patient enough, I personally feel like you will be rewarded. And and yeah, like just it comes to something that I said earlier, right? I've always been a person that took chances, and I'm putting my chance on base. That's been my gamble ever since I started trading here. And after meeting Jesse countless times, I know that I have no worries when it comes to this ecosystem is probably going to be one of the biggest in the next couple of years.
No, you're right about that, dude. Jesse, you know, after seeing him in person, honestly, when I had to, kind of ask for forgiveness because when I was a Solana kind of maxi, like whatever, like pump, I was doing all the pump funds, Solana, all that stuff, and Jesse was doing. I felt like it was going to be too saturated when he was like talking about Zora and talking about doing like just like basically where every post was a coin, because I was already seeing the saturation that happened when Trump and Melania launched, and like people were launching country coins. I got rugged from like a Brazil, someone
Oh
scammed
yeah,
Brazil
the
president,
Argentina, like all that. Yeah,
Argentina.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I got scammed from countries, and I was just tired of it. I was like, so when they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do every tweet's gonna be a coin, everyone's gonna be a coin," I was like, man, I don't like all this stuff. I was like, this can be too saturated. Then the people and it, but then I'm seeing the bigger picture, and after like obviously hanging out with them, seeing the bigger picture on how everything is going to be on chain anyways. So it's like, and not everything's going to be that big. If someone just does a tweet, like, and it's like, you know, unless it's like a tweet that's that big that goes viral in history, and like, I don't know, like imagine if, at you look at like Jesus's last words or whatever before he passed away or something, and it was like a tweet like that, actually probably would go pretty hard on chain to like collect that and own a piece of that. Like,
If it was someone that was influential that tweeted that and said that they made this coin, then hell yeah, right? But
yeah,
that's also the thing, right? Like, some random guy can't just make that tweet and expect it to be seen by everyone, right? Let's say like
exactly.
let's say like Baron Trump made that tweet and he was like, "This is on chain." Oh, that shit is going billions. That might even go bigger than Trump's coin, honestly, because um, Baron's already into crypto and all that stuff, and everyone has speculations of him of what he is, because he is kind of like um he's very secretive with a lot of things, you know?
Yeah.
So people thought that Barron was the one that launched the Trump coin and you know,
That's his
so
advice.
like yeah, so it's like it does depend on the person that does tweet stuff and put out coins and whatever for it to have like a major impact. But you know, people were saying when like the celebrity coins came out, and all that, it was kind of like the top. But I don't know. I think it's kind of dope, you know, that celebrities are finding out what crypto is, not just crypto. They're finding out what meme coins are, and yeah, I think it's only a matter of time where we have like an actual celebrity that or people that are like normies that come on base and just launch regularly on base. I think that's gonna be awesome. There are gonna be people that get rugged. There are gonna be people that make money, but no matter what coin you're on, it's the same deal. When you're making money, someone else is losing money. You know, that's just how it is. So, so yeah, I think it's dope. I think the adaptation has been truly amazing. It's been dope to watch. Like I feel like crypto's even changed so much since I got into crypto like a year and a half ago. You know, how long have you been in crypto, Eric?
So since 2021, yeah, 2021. So I launched NFT project that we ended up pivoting into like real world media, and that was kind of the vision from the start. But it was the NFT Bored Ape Yacht Club. It was like a little bit after Bored Ape Yacht Club, and then my NFT or my PFP is the Lazy Lion because I bought Lazy Lion for like
Yeah,
three
yeah,
grand
yeah.
back then, and and so like that's kind of when I got in 2021, and it was this. I went to NFT NYC back in 2022. I had my art next to we had Bored Ape Yacht Club holders that were holding my NFTs. So it was cool to see. We brought these artists from Sony, Disney, and Marvel to create this brand, and we actually got a Lord of the Rings actor. We put $500,000 into a movie, and we got a Lord of the Rings actor to narrate it. We're still looking to finish that film and stuff, but like just to see that we had 50 grand just to pay a Lord of the Rings actor to be a part of that, and none of that would have happened without Web3 and NFTs and Ethereum blockchain. So it's like I've seen the power of it since these past 4 or 5 years, and seeing what we're building now. I want to even just show a little bit of content, you guys. So already been to Philippines blockchain week. We had Curtis who was just on speaking over there. We went to NFT NYC. We got to speak over there, and our ambassador is actually, or our one of our advisors and executives helped was a partner in launching Philippines blockchain week and NFT NYC, and then also so we went there. We went to this Vegas trip and Kingdom Summit with Brian Pineda, who has millions of followers in the Christian world. We've been Dallas Cowboys. We had like a tour of the Dallas Cowboys. We did a podcast like down there on the stars. So you guys, we're building this movement. Our goal is to onboard 1 million Christians and just believers, spiritual people who are ready to just bring something good to crypto. And so watch some of this content, and thanks, Mo, for being on today. But
Of course.
join our movement as well, our X community. We do a lot of giveaways. We give out a lot of kick. We're building a mini app to bless people as well. So join a part, and let's change the world together. So we gave out like tens of thousands of dollars to people in the Philippines, onboarded a ton of people, and it's cool. Shout out to PH, the Philippines. Some of our artists now are from the Philippines. We got a lot of just people from around the world from the Philippines who show love and are holders. So we love our Philippines holders. So Mo, final thoughts from New York. We're gonna get some content Times Square. Thanks for being a part of Kick, Mo. And yeah, final thoughts for the stream.
Yeah, honestly, like I said when I was at On Chain Summit, when I spoke with you guys, I've been waiting for that one project that I believe is like super legit. That's gonna be here for a really long time for me to be a part of something that's bigger than anyone that's even involved in the project, right? Like the project itself is so much bigger. The movement is so much bigger. The vision is so much bigger. I'm super happy to be a part of this team. I'm super happy to be a part of something that's going to change a lot of people's lives. And I'm also very excited to go to New York City. Oh, did my camera cut out? Yeah. I'm super
Right.
excited to go to New York City, take some dope pictures with the merch and just kind of like represent the project, you know. I do believe in the project. I believe in the team and I believe in the people. And the last thing I want to say is after next week, you're gonna have to stop betting on the Cowboys because
Yeah,
I'm gonna take all your money, Eric.
I know, man. Man, I've been on a bad losing streak. Well, appreciate you, Mo. And yeah, it's been fun hanging with you. We're gonna have to chop it up soon. We got to find our next event. We can all get together
Let's
and
do it, man.
chop it up.
If it's not Miami, we got to do something earlier. You know, I'm super excited. Let's
Are
do
you thinking
something.
about the Miami? What's it
Art
called?
Basel?
Art Basel.
Yeah, I do. I do. I know.
I
Quigley
want
and
to go
them
out
have
there.
been. I know Quigley and them have been speaking about doing like a base event over there, and
Yeah,
they're kind
I need
of
to give
figuring
Quigley a
it out
call as
still.
well. Yeah, we've
Yeah,
been talking to Quigley. Yeah, I need to actually I owe him a call, so I'm probably gonna give him a call. So you guys are gonna watch one last video. Peace, Mo. Thanks, you guys for tuning in. Join the X community. Peace.
peace.
Grateful to be here. I feel such a contentment and just seeing people interacting with each other. And I feel like I belong. That's what I like. My soul is telling me, and this is like what I was born. And it's a challenge. I haven't figured it out all yet. I make mistakes, and I feel from that place, the Lord really like comes in.
And then we're gonna find out if they believe Christ is King.
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
I think this is brilliant.
Should we do this?
Let's go, glory.
All right, let's go. Do you believe that Christ is King? Yeah! Do you believe that Christ is King? Yeah!
And I'm calling out people's destiny. Like that's a soul thing.
Like we pray for each other, and I just really felt the presence of the Lord just really like came to our prayer. And even though we didn't know each other, but we are brothers in Christ.
All right, y'all. Peace. Join X community. We'll see you on the next one.